Imagine being an enslaved mother in 1850 South Carolina, and your precious 9-year-old daughter Ashley is about to be forcefully taken away from you. You quickly put together a few personal items in a cotton bag and hand it to her. And after so many years, herself a grandmother, Ashley passes that sack to her granddaughter Ruth, who embroidered the following words. My great grandmother Rose, mother of Ashley, gave her this sack when she was sold at the age of 9 in South Carolina. It held a tattered dress, 3 handfuls of pecans, and braid of Rose's hair, and told her it'd be filled with my love always. She never saw her again. Ashley is my grandmother, Ruth Middleton, 1921. Wow, that is powerful. Well, 2011 MacArthur Genius Fellow and Professor of History at Harvard University, Dr. Tiya Miles, has just turned that fascinating story into a revealing and powerful book entitled All That She Carried, The Journey of Ashley Sack, a Black Family Keepsake. It's already longlisted for the National Book Award and is a finalist for the Kirkus Prize. And I'm sure she's going to get them. And I am happy that she's here to talk with us a little bit more about this book. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me, Shannon.
I mean, when you tell the story, it is just so powerful. And just to think that it happened to so many people that they had to go through this during slavery and were torn apart for their families. But how did you first come across this story? And, take us through sort of the genesis of your book.
hmm Well, I came across the story when I was down in Savannah, Georgia, giving a presentation about the enslaved people on St. Simon's Island, who, in the African American stories of that area, flew back home to Africa.
Hmm.
And at this event, a man came up to me and said, "You have to see Ashley's sack."
Hmm.
And at that time, he was so intent, his eyes were so focused. And then he started sending me emails, and I knew that I had to follow up on this. So I began a journey to try to find this sack, but it was actually in transition
Hmm.
because it is owned by Middleton Place, which is a plantation in South Carolina, but they had just loaned it to the Smithsonian National Museum of African American History and Culture. So when I learned about it, it was actually in transit, in storage, and I went to the plantation, but I had to wait for the museum to open in DC before I finally had a chance to see the sack in person. And of course, it is an incredibly moving, very beautiful, very sad artifact of the experiences that enslaved women and girls had
Hmm.
during the 19th century. 19th century.
Yeah, I'm going to ask the next question, but as I do, I'm going to see if you can shift to your right a little bit because there's a light coming in that's blocking you. We can't see you. Try to block that light for us. And I want to know a little bit more about how common stories like this are, that something like this, don't forget to turn your camera too. How common is a story like this that they would have this happen and that they would also use sort of almost like these secret messages to encrypt things in the quilts?
Well, it was certainly a common story that parents and children were separated during slavery. We could even say this is the core aspect of the Black experience, the separation of parent and child, really the separation of mother and child, which goes back to the separation from the motherland. And so, in this one object and in this one family story, we actually have the entire heart of the narrative of the Black diasporic experience. And we do know that textiles have been critically important to the ways in which Black women and Black people have expressed their creativity and have expressed their love and have managed to make a way for themselves. For example, when Harriet Tubman escaped from Maryland, she was able to do so because she had a quilt that she had made, and she gave that quilt to a white woman in exchange for that woman giving her some names and some information for people that Tubman could go to on her way to Philadelphia.
Wow. And the words that really come to mind when I think of this are resourcefulness, creativity, resilience. How did these women have the ability to make it through such dark times and to then not only make it, but to make sure that these stories were passed down and preserved with their families? Because, a lot of times that could be a scary thing to even know these stories.
Right. I mean, that's the question. I ask myself that all the time. I'm sure that many of us ask ourselves, how did our ancestors do it? How could they live through these things? How could they bear the weight of so many traumas? And this is one of the precious things about this special artifact, Shannon. It tells us how. You read the words, and there aren't very many of them, but those few words say it all. They did it through love. They did it through care. They did it through recognizing that their lives were precarious and through planning and doing their best to get their hands on whatever they could access, whatever was around them, whatever they could save, whatever they could make in order to care for their loved ones. So
Mm.
I think love is the answer to that question.
Yeah, and I can imagine you put a lot of love into this project and to create this book. So, talk to us a little bit more about what we'll read in the book and this journey that she takes, and how much of it is based on truth and how much of it is just your writer's creativity.
Well, the book is very deeply and seriously researched. And that's important. It's important because when we come to historical scholarship, we should be able to expect that the person will do their due diligence. But I think it's also important because we have a problem with amnesia in this country, and we have a problem with romanticizing the past. Careful research, thorough research that attempts to unearth what occurred and to tell it the way it was, I think can help to challenge those ideas about a romanticized plantation South. The research itself was quite challenging because the bag, the sack that you read, is actually the main primary source about these women. Rose, who packed the bag, and Ashley, her daughter, did not have the privilege or the benefit to learn how to read and to write. That was forbidden.
Hmm.
And they were not able to achieve their freedom. And what they had at their disposal and what they could leave was actually a material object that could not be embroidered and inscribed with their story in words until generations down the line
Mm. And it
when the
also
great granddaughter could read.
And it also shows you how important that history, that legacy, that family was, that they would keep it so long in their families and keep passing it down and passing it down till she was able to write those words on there. Do you have any of those type of quilts or anything in your family?
I do, and I think many of us probably do have objects, items that were passed down to us from a
Psh, my
mother,
family
a
be losing
grandmother, a great.
everything. Not my family. They lose everything.
Well, okay, that's true. Things get lost, things get
I have the
lost. But
stories.
I bet you have the stories, and that is critically important. And I
Mhm.
actually bet that you or some of your cousins have some items that maybe you didn't realize had a special history to them.
Mm.
I mean, this sack was actually found in a flea market. It was found in a
Wow.
bin of rags, Shannon, a bin of rags. So lost things can return to us.
Yeah, well, I'm so happy that that was returned to us. So now the world can really take in and understand the story. And now your story being shared all over the world in this book. We want to definitely encourage people to go out and get your book. Dr. Tiya Miles, thank you so much for joining us for this informative conversation and for sharing your words with us.